Hello guys, welcome back again, and in today's video we're going to be discussing about what's generally happening to the Bitcoin and the crypto markets overall. Seeing Bitcoin play along this huge consolidation range without any decisive break over time, it's been causing this lots of panic in the market with a big question: what are we more likely going to expect any moment from now? So in today's video, this is more likely going to be like a market overview to better help you better understand what the market is currently doing and what you're more likely going to see happen to the general market any moment from now. So if you're new to this channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the like, and tick the bell icon so you don't always get to miss a bit whenever something like this get uploaded on our channel. So let's run the numbers. Bitcoin still trading at above 31,700, and then we have Ethereum still at above 1,900, and then we have BNB still green. We have the USDC, DAI, USDT, BUSD all green, which is currently telling us that at this particular point in time, we're seeing volume, we're seeing money move from the crypto market to the stable coins, which is not really something bad because it's something cyclical. And what next? We're going to be looking at the real price stats to better help us understand what's been going on in the past 24 hours. So Bitcoin still at above 31,000, and price change in the past 24 hours is still minus 3%, and then the volume change in the past 24 hours, the exchange volume change in the past 24 hours is still minus 4%, and the fiat volume change in the past 24 hours is still 2%. And then we have Ethereum still within that same range. Price change in the past 24 hours still minus 3%, and volume change in the past 24 hours still minus 10%, and fiat volume change in the past 24 hours still minus 6%. And we have Ethereum, we have the Binance coin still looking growing in the past 24 hours, with price currently trading at $318, and then we have the exchange volume change in the past 24 hours still above 30%, and the fiat volume change in the past 24 hours we still have it at around 40%. And then we're going to look at so far what coins have been added according to Nomics and the market top gainers in the past 24 hours. So right now we have Zulu coin up about 4%. We have Mini Doge up about 91%, and then we have the Girl Doge down 90%. We have the Zulu token up 157%. We have the Doge goes up at about 5,200% approximately, and then we have the Noni coin up at about 38%. And then we're going to look at the market top gainers in the past 24 hours. Of course, we have Chiliz, you have Compound up at above 9%. We have the Kusama up with above 11%. We have Hedge, we have Origin Protocol up 30%, up and 30% respectively. So far, we're going to look at the general market, the state of the general market in the past 24 hours. So the crypto market is still trading at above the 1.4 trillion dollar mark, which is down with negative 1% in the past 24 hours. So general crypto market in the past 24 hours has not actually seen anything really significant, any real significant price change. It's just been lots of consolidation and accumulation over time, and of course the market's been down in the past 24 hours. There's nothing really interesting going on in the market right now. It's been boring, and traders are worried, investors are worried. Majority of the people trading the market right now are currently worried. They're still in this, the market is still in this indecision phase with the big question: what are we going to expect with the whole news coming around? And we generally going to look at all in detail. So the fear and greed index right now is still at negative. It's still at 20, which is still pointing extreme fear right now in the market. And when you look at this chart over time, you can see that over the past months, price has been consolidating here without any significant break to either side of the market. So it's literally not been a favorable market over time. With the past weeks, you've been seeing price still consolidate within this range, within this boring range, and of course letting the altcoins market suffer the consequences of Bitcoin's deception. So top of the news, we're going to be looking at the big news we're having around, and the news we've been having around over the past in the past 24 hours and over the past days. What's been happening to the general crypto market and the general market overall. So we have top of the news, you have Visa to approve cryptocurrency card by Australia startup. That's positive. And then we have investors withdrawing 36 million worth of Bitcoin from centralized exchanges on a daily. This is also positive, though it kind of like sounds negative, but this is positive in the sense that whenever we get to see something like this, it tells us that so far we've seen traders move their coins from exchanges to cold storage, which is telling us that at this particular point in time, nobody is literally willing to trade the market. So the traders are not literally, investors are not literally willing to trade the market or sell the market. So they are withdrawing to cold storage, which still putting the long-term perspective, putting the long-term the long-term holding into perspective. So we have Poland and Romania rank in top 10 for number of Bitcoin ATMs in the world, and we have Pantera Capital CEO showing a pro-cyclical trend of money flow into Bitcoin. Of course, do we really have any technical background supporting this? Of course, yes, we have it around. According to Glassnode, we've been seeing this. This huge this is a stable coin supply ratio oscillator. We've been seeing it having a positive slope, which is still telling us right now in the market we're seeing stable coins being supplied, being pushed into the market. And if we should check past time, we have similar similar positive slope. We see right here, we see this representing Bitcoin. So when we see this type of positive slope right here happen, we see price see this huge surging we see this huge price movement, and then we see this when we see it decline, we also see price decline. And right now is currently having a positive slope, which is also in line with what the Pantera CEO is also talking about, which in the last week I talked about Pantera going on a huge fund raising for their hedge fund to which their intention is to still deploy it on the crypto market. So when you look at what's been going on generally in the crypto market, it's obvious to understand that we've been seeing this steady accumulation over time, and the institutions are not giving up yet. What they do on a daily is they always get to push this false news and cause panic in the market. Then retailers sells, and then they get a buy from the weekend. So top of the news, we also have Bitcoin is in for a volatile week as Grayscale unlocking loans. So this is actually something that's been getting traders worried in the market. So there's always been this, what is this going to be a positive, is this going to have a positive effect on the market or a negative effect? So we're going to look into what I really think this is more likely going to cause for the general crypto market. So we have it here so Grayscale on the 18th of July is going to unlock at about 41,000 Bitcoin worth of GBTC shares to the market. So what is more likely going to happen, and what do I really think is going to play out when this happens? So remember, I said to unlock shares, like they are going to unlock shares, and it's important to know that no spot BTC will be released to the market. Instead, the GBTC trust shares. And remember that Grayscale investors were forced into a 6-month lockup, and these investors from January will literally be getting their shares. So on the 18th, so this is telling us that, and this is to tell us that no BTC will be released on spot. It's just investors literally getting their GBTC trust shares after going on a lockup for the past 6 months. So will the share unlocks cause a price crash for Bitcoin? This has always been the question, but then you also need to remember that the GBTC investors who bought Bitcoin for 36,000 on January 18th are presently still on the water as Bitcoin is trading below 36,000 approximately. So, and then a more painful case is that the trust shares are currently trading at a negative 12% discount to spot price, and then plus many investors borrowed BTC from firms like BlockFi which puts them to repaying loans with interest, as well as paying for the GBTC premiums. Like I said, the GBTC is currently trading at a negative 12%. We're going to look into that right now. So this is the Bitcoin stats and the general crypto market stats. Still, Bitcoin still at above this, and then like I said, the GBTC premium is still trading at negative 12%. So it's still currently trading at negative 12%, and investors, all right, happen to buy Bitcoin at around 36,000 in January. So when you look at this, it's kind of like telling us that both the investors are currently on a double loss. Like they are currently on a double loss on Bitcoin and as well on GBTC, as it is trading at minus 12% currently. So many firms enter. Here's a concept. Many firms enter thinking that they would make an easy 30% by running arbitrage. So sadly, that's obviously not the case now, as these firms are currently in the loss. So the big question here is that, are these firms going to sell at a heavy loss, considering that one, they are currently on loss on Bitcoin, as the average buy price is sitting around 36,000 and Bitcoin is currently trading at 31,000. And then we have also GBTC premium, GBTC still trading at a minus 12% discount. So which still puts investors generally to be in a loss on both ends. So when you look at this, regardless the whole negative sentiment surrounding this coming on lock, so I think that so my final thought here is that the BTC release should literally have no impact on spot price. But then you need to understand that this market is massively manipulated, just like every other market, and huge chances are institutions are gonna prey on you by spreading false information, just like they have been doing. They spread false information. Say then retailers get to panic and sell, then they get to buy. So that's what's been happening. So when you look at this, you better understand that generally the investors are in loss on Bitcoin. They are also in loss on GBTC that's been trading that is trading at a 12% discount. So it literally, this of course I'm going to say that this is more likely going to trigger a spike in price, considering the fact that majority of the investors are holding Bitcoin right from 36,000. So it's more likely going to be this is more likely going to cause a huge surge in price than this is more likely going to cause a huge surge in price regardless. So that's it for GBTC. So still currently having this whole negative news in the market, which of course I don't really think the price is really gonna play to the downside, regardless the whole sentiment. So what next we have here? We also have the internet company still reveals hosting partnership with Russia, and this is negative. This is positive, and then Bosram talks about cryptocurrency. This is positive, and then we have Rwanda Angel Partners. This is also positive. So Bitcoin drops, etc. This is negative. El Salvador code strength. This is positive, and so Bitcoin under pressure faces support at 30K. This is still indecisive. Nothing yet really happened in the market. So so that's it for the grayscale unlocking, and of course the impact is more likely going to have on the crypto market, which I don't really think is something that's going to impact the market negatively. So let's look at the key markets and see what they have been trading on. So the key markets, you have Bitcoin still down minus 4%. The S&P 500, the stock market is kind of like still down. Oil, yen, euro, silver. So they are all literally down. Then we have metal, we have gold, silver, still kind of like up. The general market overall is not really been performing real good. And then let's check on the top headlines over the past month. So Bitcoin is now a legal tender in El Salvador. And then El Salvador and others plans for Bitcoin. Ray personally I'd rather have Bitcoin than bond. This is positive. And then Druck Miller sees end to USD reserve status. This is and seeing crypto as solution. This is positive, and hundreds of banks support Bitcoin via NYDRG. This is still positive. Bitcoin mining and renewable energy grid, and this is positive. JP Morgan to roll out Bitcoin fund. This is positive. And over the past months, regardless the whole dump in price, the whole consolidation across the market, we've been seeing positive news coming into the market. So this is what's been generally happening in the crypto market. Nothing really to cause panic when you look at the general sentiments. When you look at the general sentiment right now in the market, nothing really to cause this panic. to cause this panic in the market. So we're generally going to look at our trade price action to better understand what's been happening in the crypto market. So it's obvious to understand that when you look at this, it's more likely to say that price has been forming a very huge descending triangle ever since it came down from our previous all-time high at around $64,000 approximately, and then we having this huge descending triangle forming price. So the big question is, when you look at this particular price action, what are you more likely going to expect? What is more likely going to happen anywhere from now? So when you look at this price structure, it's obvious that the price have actually we see rejection here, we see rejection here. Of course, we've been seeing rejection here that validated this descending triangle, and now price is currently trading above the descending triangle. And then we've also seen the support line at $30,000 supporting price 1 2 3 4, and price finally broke up the descending triangle. So it's technically right to say that price is meant to head for the upper target sitting at 35, 40,000 and 50,000 to 55,000 approximately, which marks our huge supply zone and a few liquidity as well, which have not been tapped over time. So when you look at Bitcoin daily, we're generally healthy, and then there's literally nothing to worry about on this chart. It's kind of like a healthy consolidation over time and without anything to cause worry on the chart. So when you look at also, this brings me back to checking Bitcoin on the macro time frame, which I've always talked about. Bitcoin is still currently trading at above the 1.618 Fibonacci extension level on the weekly, and is still within this huge macro accumulation range with the 1.618 for Fibonacci extension level supporting price, which of course we have our resistance level, which is also a bullish point of reversal, sitting around the $49,000 approximately, and then we also have our huge point of capitulation and our next point of contact, just should in any case we get to lose the $30,000 mark, which is also in line with a $1.1 trillion mark on the general crypto market cap. So that's it for the Bitcoin on the macro time frame, still maintaining huge support level without any break to either side of the market. So briefly, we're going to look at, this is Bitcoin, we're going to look at the RSI, what's happening currently in the Bitcoin price. So the RSI is still maintaining this huge we've been seeing over time, we've been seeing ever since Bitcoin peaked first peak created January, then we have February, we have March, we have April, we have all this, we have this descending resistance line, but then price never reclaimed it over time. But in the past, on the 15th of July, we already have on the 9th of July, we already is the 3-day RSI. We have RSI reclaim this huge descending triangle coming all the way from January, and then price is back again retesting it. So it's more likely price just head to an upward direction, seeing that it has reclaimed this huge huge descending line coming in all the way from January. So Bitcoin right now on the 3-day RSI is bullish. On the macro time frame, we're still maintaining this support line without any decisive break below it, which of course that will validate a sell-off to probably 14,000 and way lower than that, because that will be a huge point of technical violation. And when you look on the daily, we're still up. We're still above this descending triangle, and it's more likely price does go like this to just straight up. So because this is more like a breakout and a retest, and price is more likely going to see a huge surge in price anywhere from now. So that's it for Bitcoin on the daily. So when you look at also the rate of stock to flow, so you see when you look at this particular chart, it tells us that, well, the market is not yet really got into that excitement stage where it does see this blow off top and then goes for a prolonged bear market. And when you look at this point, this yellow point, then you can compare it to this point before price saw this massive move, and you can as well get compared with this similar point before price saw this huge surge to the upside. So when you literally look at both the general fundamentals and technicals surrounding Bitcoin and the general crypto market, it's more likely we head to the upside, down to the upside until the market gets to prove us wrong. And remember, the trend is your friend until the end of the trend. And right now, the trend is still more to the bull side and to the bear side until it gets invalidated. So this is gonna be it for today. So remember, you can as well get to check on the description and sign up for the Train and Make Money course. You get added to a community where you get exposed to the different opportunities that are available in the crypto and blockchain industry. And of course, check on I'm making your TradingView for my charting, and you can also register on TradingView and chart like a pro, because that's one of the best that's the platform I'm using for charting, and I'm gonna say is the best because you can as well do a lot of stores on it, draw a lot of stores on it, and just get your analysis right. So that's it for the Bitcoin and the general crypto market, still within this range, and of course huge chances that we break to the upside down to the downside until it gets invalidated. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so you get notified whenever we upload something like this. See you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.